you find out you were going to get the start, and kind of what was your thoughts going into this?
Yeah, I would say earlier in the week had a pretty good idea that I was going to get the start. But main goal was just to win the game, do whatever we had to do. Rush for I don't know how many yards we rushed for, or we needed to pass the ball. But main goal at the beginning of the week when I found out was to get the win. So.
Luke, you guys started the game off with 10 consecutive handoffs. Does that help ease the nerves a little bit?
Oh yeah, for sure. When you're able to run the ball like that, Gloves having a game makes it a lot easier on the quarterback for sure.
Jalen, career high in your first 100-yard rushing game. How did it feel out there?
Hey man, honestly, I mean Luke giving me my flowers, but having a quarterback as confident as him, and my offensive line played a hell of a game today, and when I get to the second level, that's when my personality comes out. But it all starts up front, so I just want to say thank you to the big guys.
Cole, what's around your neck?
I don't know. Someone handed it to me when I was walking in.
Is this your last game at Rice Eccles? Do you know yet?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't made that decision.
Just kind of talk about the defensive performance. I know there's times that you guys got burned a little bit, but overall, what was kind of going into this game, knowing that you guys have been banged up this season and just kind of all that's gone on?
Yeah, we've been fighting through a lot, and obviously with guys down, a lot of guys have to step up, and we've done that throughout the year, and especially this week. So being able to go out and limit the damage enough to get the win was special.
Jalen, it seems like the last few weeks things have kind of clicked a little bit more for you. Has anything changed, or is it just kind of slowing down for you now?
Hey man, the more the opportunities come, the more I'm gonna be prepared, and I feel like coming here and preparing every week, like I'm gonna take every snap, is just only making me better. And I compete against the best of the best Monday through Friday, and coming on Saturdays, I get to just show it on tape.
Luke, you get in the end zone twice. How did it feel on that first one when you realized you just scored a college touchdown?
Yeah, I think it took a couple seconds to hit me for sure, but just super juiced to celebrate with my guys.
Luke, you start the season with Cal and come back to Utah. I mean, what has this been? Just kind of did you expect to be in this position at this point, knowing everything that's going on?
When I came back, I love this program with all my heart. It's obviously why I came back. But yeah, I was ready for anything when I came back. To play, to not play, whatever they asked me, I was ready to do. So.
Can you go inside that process a little bit? Obviously, it was into fall camp that you were unsure where you'd be playing, and ended up back.
Yeah, into fall camp, graduate makes the transfer rules a little less strict, I believe. So I was able to hit the portal in August during fall camp, and was able to have the opportunity to come back to Utah, which I'm extremely blessed for, because now with the portal windows, it's unprecedented for that to happen. So I was just thankful that they welcomed me back with open arms, and yeah, I was super juiced to get back. So.
Well, the last few years you guys have been playing for championships. Obviously, 8-4 is not where you guys wanted to be, but given everything that's happened, I mean, how does 8-4 feel to you going into a bowl game this year?
Good. Winning this last game was really good. Anybody with any type of competitive chip, no matter what, there's still something to play for as the next game. You don't want to lose ever. So just being able to have everybody have that mindset and going in, and even when we knew the championship was out of our wasn't achievable anymore, we still just kept going in every week and trying to get the win.
Cole, what does it say about this program that despite so many injuries and adversity, you're still able to win 8 games?
It's awesome. I mean, being able to have that depth is amazing. We talked so much before the season about the depth. Obviously, you never want that. You don't never want to see the depth necessarily, but we had to, and we were able to still come out with a pretty good season.
Jalen, what does it mean to you to finish your season on a win and have the offensive performance that you've had?
Yeah, 8-4, a hell of a lot better than 75. So coming in and getting this win, going into this bowl game that we're finna, whatever bowl game we're getting into, it's big. And like I said, those big guys up front have been battling all year. We've been fighting media, we've been fighting in our own little circle, man. But they came along, and I'm just happy I'm a part of it, and I'm just happy we got the win.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Great to end the regular season on a win. We had a last couple tough outings, and so to get back in the win column was big for our football team. So proud of these guys for all the adversity, for lack of a better word, that we battled this year to come out 8-4. Very proud of our players, and they hung in there, never quit, never stopped believing, and came away with an 8-win season. It wasn't what we had in mind in the offseason heading into obviously this year. We had some high aspirations, but as things turned out, again, very, very proud of them and proud of our coaching staff. Different kind of game today. I mean, obviously both teams were working with not their starting quarterbacks, and so a lot of run. It was a very run-heavy game. Nice to see Jalen Glover. Jalen Glover had his breakout game as a Ute, by far his best game. Over 100 yards, got a game ball, and Jaquin Jackson added some very valuable yards as well. And the offensive line, nice job blocking by the O block up front, and really that was the difference. Our ability to run the ball and their inability to run the ball. Now we did give up some stuff in the throw game, which was disappointing. You know, we were too porous, I guess you could say, in our pass defense, and that's something that hadn't really shown up all year. We've been very good all year in pass defense, but this is not one of our better games. Luke Patari stepped in first opportunity to quarterback at the Power 5 level. He's 1-0, so he did what we needed him to do. Didn't throw the ball a bunch. I think we threw 10 times thereabouts, and he did a great job of managing the offense. Got us on all the right checks. You know, we have a lot of checks at the line of scrimmage based on the looks that we see, and he was flawless and did a phenomenal job with that. So waiting for our bowl invite. We'll be going bowling somewhere. Don't know yet. I guess we'll learn a week from tomorrow exactly where. But it's good that this team gets to play together one more time. You know, looking forward to next year. We're related again. The Cam Rising is coming back. That was big news that we got a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. You're kind of in a time warp when you're coaching, but whenever Cam mentioned that he's coming back, that was huge for our program, and we're excited about that. Excited about the opportunity to go into the new league and find out what that's all about. So, anyway, questions?
Can you take us through kind of how you got to Luke Patari and what happened there?
Yeah. Well, obviously, Bryson wasn't available. Injury. He got banged up pretty good last week. Nate Johnson has decided to transfer, and so he was not available. And we wish him well. We appreciate what he did for our program while he was here, and he's a fine young man, and wish him nothing but the best. And then Rose had been working. Brandon Rose had been working with the scouts all year long, essentially, and really hadn't been in the offensive meetings. Luke had been in the offensive meetings and with the offense all year long, knew the offense inside and out. And so it's not a lack of confidence in Brandon Rose. Just wouldn't have been fair to him to put him in the game in that situation without having had the entire season to continue to assimilate the offense and progress. And so Luke was the guy, and did a nice job, like I said, running the offense. It wasn't very flashy, but he did what we needed him to do.
What about the process of getting him back to Salt Lake? I know, obviously,
Yeah.
when fall camp started,
He wasn't here at Cal. Yeah, he had transferred to Cal. You know, he was with us in the spring and last year, and thought that, we had a pretty solidified quarterback room, and thought that maybe he'd have a little better opportunity to get some playing time possibly at Cal. Spent, I can't remember exactly how long it was, first week or two of fall camp at Cal in their fall preparations, fall camp prep, and then decided that, hey, maybe I want to come back to Utah. So we welcomed him back because he's a great kid, a great teammate, and turns out we got to him when we needed him. So it was good for us in that respect.
It's moved now, but if Brandon was not ready, if Luke was hurt or hasn't come out of the game, what was plan B at quarterback if Luke was not?
If Luke was not available, it would have been Jaquin and Jackson. Yeah, Jaquin and Jackson. Well, between Rose and Rose had a small package that he was ready to execute, just a handful of plays, as was Jaquindon. So depending on the situation, they both probably would have played, but, if we would have needed to, run the clock out or whatever, JJ, had the Wildcat stuff down. So yeah, we had a watered down version for Brandon, very watered down because, again, he just hadn't been in meetings the entire season.
You find out Nate was transferring, and then how long did you have to install something for Luke?
We found out Nate was going to make the move, I believe it was Monday of this past week. Yeah, Monday. And we knew that Luke, we didn't know, but we had a good idea that Luke would be the guy right after we got back to Salt Lake and had the Sunday evaluations on the health, because Bryson was really beat up, and the things that he had and does have going on, we didn't feel were going to be ready in time, and that proved to be the case. And so Luke received all the first team reps from Monday on, and did a really nice job with it.
Kyle, you guys didn't attempt to pass until the second quarter. Was the plan to just kind of ease Luke into it on the first drive by calling all the running plays?
Yeah, the plan was to lean on the running game heavily in this contest. We really like our offensive line, and really gave them the challenge. Hey, go out and win the game for us, and the running backs as well. And they answered the bell. We rushed for what, 200 and something. 268. There you go. That's, when Utah is playing his best, we're running the football effectively. We're dominating time of play, and we're not turning the ball over. That's who we are.
Probably a few weeks to prepare for a bowl game. What does the quarterback room look like?
Yeah, well, hopefully we get Bryson back. It's nothing that we don't believe is long term. I guess remains to be seen, but he is making progress, and with the timing of the bowl course, a later bowl game gives him more time to prep. But I think regardless, even if it's one of the earlier ones, that he would be ready to go. That's what we're hoping for.
Have you received word from Brant yet about what he is opting to do?
Brand is really close to making his decision. I'm going to let him handle that how he wants. I don't want to be the guy that speaks for Brant, but we're excited about the possibility of him coming back, and I think he'll be able to let everybody know in the not too distant future.
What does it say about this program that you guys were able to get 8 wins, and what exactly did it take to get to that?
Yeah, get 8 wins. I mean, the Pac-12 was loaded this year. It was a tremendous year for the Pac-12 as far as talented teams. All 4 of our losses were to top 20 teams, and yeah, all 4 top 20. I don't know if Oregon State will still be in the top 20 after the loss this weekend, but and then you add Florida and Baylor to that. I mean, that was a pretty rigorous schedule, and given the guys that went down and the guys that were not available to us, and it was like a revolving door every week, and but our guys, the next man up mentality was never more in play than it was this year, and we had guys answer the bell, and not just the guys that filled in for the guys that were down, but everybody elevated their play, which made it possible to get the 8th win.
I know you said before you're not particularly sentimental in terms of looking
Not
back.
one bit sentimental, not in the least.
Not even now that the game is over.
Not even now that the game is over. It is disappointing that the Pac-12 is now defunct, I guess you could say, and it's sad that that is the way that things turned out. I mean, what a run the